Guys, it's Jamie from My Starless Sky, and today I wanted to bring you a video talking a little bit about me because, I'm doing the interviews with a couple people from different channels and stuff, and I really want to just kind of give some context for that because the whole reason that I really want to do those videos is because I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I would like to use, people with a lot of reach um, to basically give good advice and help people not make the same mistakes as me. So, that's why I'm doing this. And also so my viewers can know a little bit more about me. So let's just jump right into it. Um, Obviously, as you can probably see, I am wearing my Taekwondo uniform, which I don't know if you can see it, hopefully. I put that on just to kind of show you guys, the first of one of my interests is that I am a black belt in Taekwondo. And I also study Muay Thai, but that's more of a recreational thing. I mean, Taekwondo is too, but I'm really good at Taekwondo. So, yeah. So there's one more shot of the uniform. I'm super proud of it. While we're on the subject, let's see if there's enough light. Yes, there is. So I will show you some of my awards that I've gotten from doing Taekwondo. This is an award of excellence that I got a while ago. This is my certificate of black belt, which is more recent. This right here is my certificate of brown belt in Hapkido, which is a different type of martial arts. But it was like a Hapkido Taekwondo fusion because they're both Korean styles of martial art. And this is my other certificate of black belt from when I was in the same school a long time ago when I was a really little kid. So I actually have two black belts from the same school. So alright, let's get back in the light over here. Sorry guys, my basement is not super good for lighting, but this is where all my stuff is. So, that being said, while we're on the subject, another one of my passions is weaponry, specifically archery and swordsmanship. So here, I'll give you a little view here. This right here, I'll just pick it up, it'll be easier. So this is a handmade quiver full of arrows. You can see the wooden arrows I handmade myself, and this whole thing is just a cardboard tube with duct tape on it that I taped a belt to. And it actually works really well, and it's never broken for me, so it's pretty good. So this is my bow. Let's see if I can get it in the frame here. Yep. It's not strung right now, obviously, because to keep a bow strung all the time is, foolhardy. But let's see if I can get the whole thing in the frame. Just about. There you go. But yeah, it's a really nice bow. And I practice sometimes. Now I've got one other one over here, and this one I actually made by hand. I literally whittled it like myself. So if you can see, it's like made of wood, and this one stays strung because the way I've got it set up is the longer it stays strung, the more powerful it is. So here, yeah, you can see up there. It's pretty ghetto, but being honest, it works really good, and I can do a lot of tricks with it. So there's that. Now, the other thing that I said was swordsmanship. But that kind of applies to close combat weapons in general. So the first sword I'm going to show you here is one that I made myself. This one is obviously mostly decorative, but I literally, if you look at it, I whittled it out of a literal 2x4. Like using a saw and a sander, and I painted it funny colors so the blade is blue instead of, silver like it's supposed to be. But here, so if you look right here, that's like the main, what it looks like. And yeah, I use it for training sometimes, but to be honest, not too often. So alright, next sword on the list, we'll go in order of crappiest to best. So the next sword on my list is, every anime kid has to have one of these. It is a Walmart katana. I didn't actually get it at Walmart. I got it at a flea market, but oh boy, is this thing garbage. I can bend the blade with my hand, bare-fisted like it's nothing. So here, the next sword I have, oh, this one I'll just sneak in real quick. This one's kind of funny. My buddy made this for me. It is the cake knife of death. I use it for training because I don't ever have to cut cakes. So, and I think I have a real cake knife anyway, and I also have these. These are also technically kitchen appliances, but I use them kind of as like ninja tools. I put them on my fist like this and like kind of fight with them. So that's another thing that I've, been training with. So now this, I got this year for my birthday. I turned 26 on January 11th, and this right here is a mace, and that is crazy. My buddy gave it to me, and it was the best birthday present I ever had. I'm not going to swing it for you. I know you all want me to, but too dangerous. But it's a double, it's got the two, I think they call it a double morning star. So, got all that. Now, let's get to the couple high-quality swords I have. Now, this was given to me by a good buddy when I moved out of his house. This, I believe, he got it at Disneyland. This is a Mulan replica from the movie. So, it's actually here. Let me take it out and show you the blade. It's actually very high quality for being from Disneyland. I'm surprised, but I'll show you the blade. It's very nice and shiny. I keep it in good shape. And here's another shot of the hilt and the pommel. Yep. So they're very good. Now this next sword that I'm going to show you, I consider it to be my legitimate sidearm. If there was ever a zombie apocalypse, this is the one I'm grabbing. Which is actually, you'll see there's a belt attached to it, and that's why, so I can grab it and put it on at a moment's notice. Now, this right here is the first sword I ever owned. It is called a Greek Xephos, or some people call it a Chiphos, because the Greek language has lots of funny letters. So this one is a short sword, similar to the sword from 300, and it's one-handed, so let me take it out and show you the blade. I polish this bad boy all the time. Whenever I'm just bored, I'll just sit around and polish it. So here you go. Let me give you a shot of this. It's pretty nice, Here's another shot of the hilt now that you can see the blade. It's balanced perfectly. Like, I can swing it, easily. You can't really see, but I can swing it easily without much, weight difference happening. And, it's very well balanced. So, those are all that's the last sword I've got for you. That's all my, cool little trinkets that I play with. So from there, obviously, anyone who knows my channel knows that I love anime. And anime kind of extends to video games. Here, let me see. There we go. There's some good lighting. So, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorites. I love, Inuyasha, Full Metal Alchemist, all the animes. And I also love video games like Fire Emblem. That's another, anime-style game. You learn more about that just by watching my channel, so I don't really have to tell you, but I just figured I'd mention it. Now, this last thing I'm going to show you kind of leads us into the topic of I'm going to give a chronological order of the important things in my life since, more or less adulthood. So this right here, this is my guitar, right? Her name is Caitlin. And because I got it at the same time as a girlfriend I had, and I decided to name it after her. But even though me and the girlfriend didn't work out, the guitar still works. So I'm not going to change the name. So anyway, that brings us to the topic of, here we go. That brings us to the topic of my life story, so to speak. So when I was young, real young, about 14, I technically dropped out of high school to be homeschooled. And I went to I went to a performing arts school, and they enabled me to get my GED very easily before the age that you're legally able to get a GED through some string pulling. And then I was able to take some music theory classes at UMass, even though I didn't get credit for them. So I was able to learn, even though I didn't, have any certification. Now, from when I was about 17 to when I was about 22, I was playing in a band, and the band was called My Pet Carcass, and I was the guitar player, obviously, and we were like a death metal grindcore band, and we were awesome. We did a bunch of tours. We played very notable venues in the Western Mass area. Everybody loved us, blah, blah, blah. But what happens when you're successful is sometimes you can get mixed up with people that you maybe don't want to get mixed up with. And I, unfortunately, ended up with a drug habit. And it was not good. I suffered severely. And honestly, it still affects me to this day. Like, I've been 3.5, almost 4 years clean, 4 years clean on November 4th. And my life has changed completely for the better since I quit. But it just, sometimes people still judge me. I get all kinds of negative comments, blah, blah, blah. People just immediately, they fuck with me. And it sucks. But I've changed for the better. And I'm glad, to be where I am today. So a little bit after that, when I was 22, after I had quit My Pet Carcass because I was on drugs, I ended up with this, starting a new band, and they were called Another Sleepless Night. And I don't really talk to those guys anymore. We were only a band for about 6 months or so. We didn't really get too much done. But through them, I ended up meeting this girl named Caitlin, who's the girl that I named my guitar after because I got my guitar around the same time. And her and I were together for quite some time, almost 2 years. We were supposed to be married, and we had even tried to have a kid at one point. But see, before I met her, my drug habit hadn't really flourished, I guess you could say. It hadn't really taken too much of a toll on me yet. But when I was together with her, obviously any relationship where another person is depending on you, like, it really started to take its toll on me and her. And, I had a drug habit, and she had a habit of cheating on me. So it was pretty unfortunate all around for both of us. And it sucks getting cheated on, and it was a fucked up thing to do, but I don't really blame her because I was not my best self. And I can't say I would have done the same thing, but I'm not mad about it after the fact. I'm long over it. But so her and I broke up, and that's when I really spiraled out of control with my drug habit. But eventually my grandparents basically locked me in a basement for a couple weeks and got me out of it. So I'm clean now thanks to them, and I'm doing a lot better. And so anybody who has seen my other videos and wants to know why my nickname is Juice, it's two things. It's one, because of Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyone who's seen the Sonic Sat AM, they know that when Sonic went to the past and met his past self as a kid, his nickname for him was Juice. And I love Sonic, so as you can see, you can't really see because of my uniform, but I do have the Chaos Emeralds tattooed on my arm. So that's a thing. But, yeah, so, what else? Oh, yeah, and also because when I was on drugs, I was doing heroin, so I was using a needle, and because my name used to just be Juice, and then they started calling me Juice Box, because with a box you stick the straw in and blah, 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 haha, it's funny. Except it's not really funny. Don't ever do that, people, please. It was the worst decision of my life, and it took everything from me. So I know that got kind of dark there, but I'm in a better place now than I ever have been. And, I cannot be more thankful just for the people around me and everything that, has helped me be where I am. So after I got clean, that's when I started getting back into my interests, playing in bands. I started My Starless Sky up again, which was actually the band I was in as a kid before My Pet Carcass. And we had done a little bit of touring ourselves. And, I started getting into anime, into my training, into weapons, blah, 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 all that. And so, yeah, overall, I've improved a lot as a result of getting clean, and I cannot recommend it enough. If anyone needs help, I'm going to leave a link in the description for addiction recovery, because I cannot, stress enough that, we want to help as many people as possible with their addiction. So, and I also want to say that being addicted to a substance, physically dependent, does not make you a bad person, because you will do things that you will never have done otherwise. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's not a moral failing. It's a chemical dependency, and you can overcome it just like anything else. So the last thing I kind of want to talk about is my beliefs, because related to my recovery, when you recover, you kind of have to find something larger than yourself to believe in. And so at first I kind of was on this Greek polytheism thing with the Greek gods like Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, all those, blah, 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 Athena. And, I really like those myths because they work as morality tales, so they really, can apply to anyone's life no matter what time period it is, so it really, shows how powerful of stories they are. And really, the Christian Bible and the Jewish Bible and the Muslim Bible and all of them, they're all just mythologies, the same way Greek is mythology. And so really I decided to become a universalist. I like to believe that every religion has truth in it, but a lot of them have fallen to the wayside due to modern ideas and a lot of stuff. So I believe that every religion has truth, and you shouldn't really knock anyone else's religion to say that yours is right, because none of them are right. They're all based on mythology, which is morality tales to tell you how to act when we were cavemen in caves, So I guess you could say I'm kind of an atheist, but I like to go with universalist. So yeah, that's basically what I believe. But I wanted to just talk about that a little bit before we close this video out. The last thing I wanted to do is a little bit of an update. This video should be coming out on Monday, and before then I should have a couple of my Sonic Adventure playthrough videos posted. And I'm gonna try to post those every day. Please don't pitchfork me if I don't, but I'm gonna do my best to post a new part of the Sonic Adventure for Sonic Adventure DX. Let me make that clear. Sonic Adventure DX playthrough, walkthrough, I guess, whatever you want. I'm going to try to post a new one every day, and they're going to be relatively short. I'm going to do one level at a time. So if you're interested in that, check it out. And so yeah, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. If you need help, comment, and I will do my best to send you to the appropriate authorities to help you. And thank you for watching. Smash that bell, subscribe, all that, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, MSS out.